Edgar was an avid collector of rare antiquities and found himself lured in by the promise of the sale. He scoured the items, looking for anything that could add to his impressive collection. After a few hours of searching, he stumbled upon an ancient set of artifacts in an old wooden chest. The artifacts had an air of mystery about them, and Edgar knew he had to have them. He asked the woman running the sale about the artifacts, but she only shrugged and said she didn't know much about them. All she could tell him was they were cursed, and that anyone who owned them would be met with misfortune. Edgar ignored the warnings and decided to take the artifacts home with him. He was convinced that he could uncover the secrets of the artifacts and make them his own. Little did he know, he would soon discover the truth behind the curse. Unbeknownst to Edgar, the artifacts he had acquired carried a sinister curse that transcended both time and space, and he carefully arranged the items on the shelves of his private collection. An eerie atmosphere descended upon his home. The shadows seemed to dance upon the walls, and a chill of the otherworldly pervaded the air. A sense of dread filled the room as an unspoken warning of dark deeds to come. Edgar, however, remained oblivious to the mounting danger, unaware of the dire consequences that would follow. As days passed, Edgar's once immaculate home transformed into a chamber of horrors. Unexplained noises, echoes through the halls, and the artifacts seemed to shift positions when he wasn't looking. Edgar's sanity began to unravel as he witnessed apparitions in the mirrors and heard ghostly whispers in the dead of night. Driven by an unstoppable urge to discover the root of the malevolence, Edgar plunged into the artifacts' pasts. His investigations revealed stories of devastating fatalities, hexes, and wrathful spirits connected to every object. The deeper he dug, the more he comprehended the unbreakable link between the cursed objects and the agonized souls entangled within them. His senses became overwhelmed with the tragedy of the tales, and his emotions ran wild with the horror and despair of the cursed items. With a character-driven voice, he pushed onward in his quest for knowledge, determined to unlock the mysteries of these dark and twisted artifacts. Determined to break the curse, Edgar sought the advice of occult experts and mystics, each offering cryptic solutions that only deepened the mystery. Desperation set in as the haunting manifestations escalated. One night, driven to the edge of reason, Edgar decided on a final desperate gambit. He would seal the cursed artifacts away in a hidden vault, hoping to lock the malevolent entities within. With meticulous care, he arranged the artifacts within the vault and sealed it shut. A sense of relief washed over Edgar as he believed he had finally severed the connection to the supernatural forces plaguing him. Little did he know the artifacts were not mere inanimate objects, but sentient beings that thrived on fear and despair. As the vault closed, an unnatural silence fell over Edgar's home. The malevolent entities within the artifacts, however, had other plans. Slowly the artifacts begin to resonate with sinister energy, creating an ethereal barrier that separated Edgar from the rest of the world. Edgar found himself ensnared in a nightmarish landscape, a surreal museum where each artifact was an entrance to a different, more horrifying realm. He wandered through spectral halls, tormented by reflections of his deepest regrets and fears. The artifacts, now conduits to realms of unimaginable terror, seemed to revel in their newfound power. The cursed mirror distorted Edgar's past, showing him more and more twisted reflections with each glimpse. The haunted portrait hissed stories of his insecurities, manifesting as grotesque phantasms that jeered and jibed him without mercy. The cursed jewelry enticed him into mazes of despair, where every step dragged him further into the abyss of madness. Days melted into nights as Edgar struggled to escape the spectral museum. The artifacts, having absorbed his fear and despair, grew stronger, ensuring that escape remained an elusive dream. Edgar's once defiant spirit waned as the malevolent entities toyed with him, turning his own fears against him. In the physical realm, Edgar's home became a place of ghostly resonance. Locals spoke of strange occurrences, of ethereal lights flickering in the windows and chilling whispers carried by the wind. The spectral museum became a haunting legend, drawing thrill-seekers who dared to approach the abandoned house, only to be met with otherworldly horrors. Back within the spectral museum, Edgar Thorne became a permanent exhibit, a living embodiment of the consequences of recklessly meddling with the unknown. His anguished screams reverberated through the halls as he aimlessly wandered, his tormented soul irrevocably ensnared by the ancient relics he sought to possess. The once peaceful town of Ravenscroft had now become a breeding ground for malevolence, a reminder that some desires come with a price too steep, and some curses are destined to last for an eternity. The artifacts, now free to haunt any who dared enter the spectral museum, cast a menacing pall over the town, ensuring that the harrowing tale of Edgar Thorne and his cursed collection would be remembered and whispered through the generations.